From lining up next to Harry Kane at the World Cup to being a handball prodigy, these are 20 things you didn't know about football's biggest superstar, Erling Haaland.
My dream is to become one of the best players in the world.
We are in the presence of something really special.
He writes his own rules. 3 Premier League home games in a row. 3 Look at me, Dad. Look at me, world.
Following in his father's footsteps, it seemed like Erling was destined for a career in football. The kid had the physique, the athleticism, and the ruthlessness you need to make it to the top. But did you know that he was already playing multiple other sports? By the time he was just 14 years old, Erling had already dabbled in handball, athletics, and even cross-country skiing. He had such a natural athletic ability that many coaches believed he could have made it to the very top in handball. And if things had taken a different turn during his formative years, we might have been watching Erling Haaland doing his crazy celebrations at the Handball World Championship. Speaking of national teams, Erling had the option to play for England as he was born in Leeds and lived there in his fledgling years. But as we all know, things didn't quite pan out like that. But why? Erling had already played more than 3 competitive games for Norway by the time he was 21, so he could no longer switch nationalities. Yeah, FIFA has some weird rules, man. But at the end of the day, I don't think Erling really cares who he plays for, as long as he can play with his balls.
Yeah, it's true.
Did you know that back in his Salzburg days, he snuggled up with not 1, not 2, but 5 match balls every single night? He just can't get enough of those spherical wonders, even admitting, "I love feeling the ball after a hat-trick."
I feel very good.
What the fuck?
But clearly, his feeling for the ball is incredible, because in just 25 Champions League games, he bulldozed his way to the 30-goal mark, setting a mind-blowing world record, faster and younger than anyone in football history. And that wasn't the only time he blew us all away in the Champions League, because in City's second leg tie against Leipzig, Erling tore up the pitch, notching 5 mind-blowing goals in just 57 minutes. Only Messi and Adriano have tasted this kind of glory before, but Haaland's got him beat, with both of them taking longer. And it turns out he isn't just quick in terms of scoring, he's incredibly quick in general. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches tall, he might look like your classic centre forward, but don't be fooled. This man has got turbocharged jets hidden in those long strides. In his showdown against PSG, he sprinted so fast that he would have qualified for the 60 meters at the World Athletics Championships in 2018. That's a staggering 36 kilometers an hour. Those records could still be beaten though, but these next ones are literally unbeatable. First, he scored in 5 consecutive games as a teenager, which had never even been done before. Then he blitzed through the competition with 20 goals in just 14 games, the youngest and fastest ever. It seriously looks like his record-breaking spree might just last forever. But being this good, this young, you need to be emulating some of the very best, both on the pitch and off it. Now, we know Haaland's not just any athlete. He's taking a leaf out of CR7's playbook, and even copying Cristiano's diet. He's going all out with Cristiano's food choices. Fish, chicken, pasta, you name it. And just like Ronaldo, Haaland was shocking the world with his athleticism from a very young age, when he smashed the record for the world's longest standing jump for a kid his age, when he was just 5. A jaw-dropping leap of 1.63 meters on January 22nd, 2006. How the hell are you jumping over 5 feet at 5 years old?
So what's your secret?
Hard work.
You have to be pretty dedicated to be that impressive from such an early age. And nothing proves his dedication more than the fact that his alarm tone is literally the Champions League anthem. Well, it seems like that ritual certainly paid off. But did you know that before he brought his talents to the pitch, Erling was part of a killer rap group, the Flow Kings, along with his mates Erik Tobias Sandberg and Erik Botheim. They dropped a banger called Kygo Joe. It's racked up a mind-blowing 9 million views. That's more than any of my videos have got, and this is my full-time job. But like anyone, he also got picked on. See, back in Molde, his Norwegian stomping ground, his teammates couldn't help but call him the man-child. But I mean, can you blame them? Just look at the size of this guy.
How tall was he? 195.2 centimeters.
Now that he's a big-time baller, he's dripped out, driving supercars and so on. But Mr. Haaland Jr. has very humble roots, coming from a quaint farmer's town called Bryn. Haaland also has unusual post-retirement plans for a footballer, admitting he's got a soft spot for animals and dreams of tending to them on his own land. Now, I'm pretty sure you know Erling's father was a footballer, but his mum's got some serious game too. Gry Marita Braut had incredible talent and was actually a Norwegian heptathlete champ back in the 90s. The heptathlon's a beastly event, including the 100-meter hurdles, high jump, shot put, 200 meters, long jump, javelin, and 800 meters. This whole family's on a different level, but you won't believe who his idol was. And no, it's not Ibrahimovic, it was none other than the legendary Michu, the Spanish striker from Swansea City. I have to admit, Michu's 2012-2013 season was pure magic, scoring 22 goals and lifting the League Cup for the Welsh club. Haaland was so blown away that he even nicknamed himself Michu Oviedo 9 on Instagram as a tribute.
True.
Now we get to the top 5. It's gonna get pretty serious. So come on boys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button now. We need to get that silver play button. Do you remember the time Erling burst onto the scene, smashing 9 goals in a single match? He was playing for Norway at the Under-20 World Cup in 2019.
Hauge, great move. Haaland, perfect ball over the top again, and Haaland finishes and slots his hat-trick. It's too easy. It's too easy. The crowd, Haaland's in again! And there's Haaland! And there's Haaland! And scoring once again! It's Haaland again! Haaland has just got his 9th goal!
And in just 5 games, he scored a jaw-dropping 11 times and immediately got called up to the senior squad. His goal-scoring frenzy made headlines globally, to absolutely no one's surprise. But you know what was a surprise? When he came off the bench for Bryn FK against Ranheim IL in a Norway second-tier game. He left an admiring Ole Gunnar Solskjaer utterly amazed, earning a ticket to the top division with Molde. But that's not all. Within a year, he was on the move again, snapped up by Red Bull Salzburg, and from there, the legend of Erling Haaland has only grown. Speaking of legends, Erling stamped his authority on the Premier League in some style when he scored 3 hat-tricks in 8 games for Man City, becoming the fastest player to score his first 3 hat-tricks, overtaking Michael Owen's 3 in 48 games and Alan Shearer's 3 in 10 games. No matter who stood in Erling's way, they were going to get eaten alive. And it's not like utterly decimating the opposition in mere minutes was something that was new to Erling. On July 1st, 2018, he unleashed a goal-scoring rampage like no other. 4 goals in just 21 minutes against Brann, securing a sensational 4-0 victory over the unbeaten league leaders. After the mind-blowing match, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer couldn't contain his excitement, comparing Haaland's play to none other than Romelu Lukaku. I'm pretty sure most of us would agree it's almost disrespectful to the Norwegian now. Speaking of disrespect, no words are capable of describing how utterly menacing Erling Haaland was in his breakout year in 2020. So when push came to shove, absolutely nobody was surprised that he ended up taking home the Golden Boy Award. He faced off against fierce competition from big shots like Alphonso Davies and Jadon Sancho. Haaland had smashed in a mind-blowing 44 goals, including 16 in just 18 games for Dortmund. So what do you think? Will Erling get the Ballon d'Or this year, or is Messi gonna pip him to the post? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, you can learn the full story about Erling's rise to the top right here. And guys, trust me, there are some crazy stories in this video.